When this is all said and done, there's going to be a lot of changes in the way we live our everyday lives. For example, if somebody sneezes in public in their hand, number one, I will not bless you. Number two, why does anybody even do that to begin with? You are blowing snot and spit into both of your hands, and then you are touching things that other people are touching. Who raised you? Hey, nice to meet you. No, I'd rather not meet you. I don't care if you're offering me a job. I can't work with that kind of negativity. And then after this is over, somebody does that? I'm sorry, that should be jail time. Bitch sneeze. That's a bitch sneeze. Sneeze into your shoulder, into your elbow. You can make it look like you're dabbing when you sneeze. Put that shit on Sesame Street where you sneeze into your shirt. ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, here's where you sneeze. They say your heart stops for like half a second when you sneeze. If you sneeze into your hand, I hope it stops forever. All right, maybe that was a little much. You get 3 strikes, and then I hope it stops forever. I don't think we should call it social distancing. I think we should call it physical distancing because we need social contact, all right? We need that. We need social togetherness. Not physical togetherness, social togetherness. Vernacular makes a big difference. When I first started reading The Happiness Advantage, when I first started reading The Happiness Advantage, the thing that when I first started reading The Happiness Advantage, one thing really stuck out to me, and that was something called PostTraumatic Growth. Psychologists also call it adversarial growth. We've all heard of PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder, but we haven't heard of post-traumatic growth, and I hadn't either. When soldiers are sent into battle, they will hear that they're going to either come back the way they already are, or suffering from post-traumatic stress. It'd be like taking a new job and your boss is like, you're either gonna leave here the same as you are now, or you're going to lose a lot of money. Welcome to the company. Really, the main reason I do comedy in the first place was because of a crazy situation that happened to me back in 2009 where my aunt, she was murdered, and we find out later that her daughter paid somebody to do it. It was a rough patch for me, for my whole family, but I was able to get through it by finding reasons to laugh. I discovered my love for comedy at a funeral. It was also at a funeral where I discovered that you're not supposed to do comedy at a funeral. I got through it because I was able to see the path up, and the path up was using the trauma as momentum, using the trauma to help other people get through their own traumas. I go to funerals with the intent to cheer people up. Like, I was at a funeral and these little kids were running around the whole time while everyone else was crying, and I was like, I want to be with the kids. So all of a sudden there's a 31-year-old chasing around a bunch of 5-year-olds. Like, what's wrong with him? My question is, what's wrong with you? And I get it, everybody is ready to move on when they're ready to move on. Everybody grieves differently. Everybody responds to traumas differently. And that's the beauty of life, is we all have our own way of dealing with things. But knowing that there is a path up and knowing that there is science behind it, how can we create post-traumatic growth when we experience a trauma? Number one, positive reinterpretation of the situation or event. So changing the way we tell the story to ourselves and to other people. Number two, optimism. Realizing that it might not be all good right now, but eventually it will be once you're ready for it. 3, acceptance. It happened. Here I am now. What do I know? What can I use to deal with it? And number 4, facing the problem head on rather than trying to avoid it or deny it. It's better just to be like, listen, let's do this. I guess we'll end this on a quote. Things do not necessarily happen for the best, but some people are able to make the best out of the things that happen.